Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another reacting to yet another one of the baseball videos. I'm a cricket fan who has been getting into baseball videos a lot recently, and I'm personally getting a lot invested into baseball. And if you want to see more of those, there is a lot in my channel, and it has actually helped me grow a little bit YouTube as well. They were getting a lot of views. Baseball is extremely popular. I don't think it was going to be that popular, but I should have anticipated that. Even when I was growing up as a kid, I used to see a lot of cartoons with baseball in it, and I used to wear baseball jerseys without me even knowing that it was associated with baseball. So yeah, one way or the other, I was involved in baseball from the childhood, but this is the time when I'm actually getting to learn more about it. And some of the videos that I've reacted to, but I got to learn a bit about it, is in my channel. And one comment that I see in most of my videos is to check out videos from this channel called Baseball Doesn't Exist. I think I had already checked out one of them, if I'm not wrong, or have I not checked any of them? So I did look at some of the most popular videos in baseball. So I'm starting to understand baseball, as I progress, but there are a lot of things that I did not understand. I did reacted to some pitches. That was the most interesting part about baseball to me. And I still don't understand. Okay. It's really complex. I don't even understand how they properly throw it. People have explained it to me in the comment section below. I do go through most of them, but I still cannot wrap my head around a lot of these things. But I'm trying, okay? I'm genuinely trying. And here we are reacting to smartest plays in baseball history by Baseball Doesn't Exist. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted, so without any further ado, let's get right into it. Alrighty.
Baseball has been around for nearly 200 years, yet somehow MLB players are still finding new ways to bend the rules. Players deceive opponents, deceive umpires, and even deceive themselves in genius ways. But what is the smartest play in baseball history? This guy's trick was so smart, MLB had to ban it. A lot of plays that look extremely dumb are actually genius, and this play was so smart it inspired a running trick that is currently taking over MLB. But none of these are the smartest play of all time. This is. But before we get to that, let's look at some plays that weren't as smart. Believe it or not, this is legal in baseball. But is it smart? Kind of. The suicide squeeze is probably the most dangerous play in the sport. That's when a runner on third steals home while the batter simultaneously bunts. If the batter successfully bunts the ball fair, the runner is safe every single time. However,
Oh, nice. Okay, so I'm assuming all the three bases are loaded, and the last one when he can run even prior to the batter hits the ball. That's kind of nice. Okay, similar thing is not allowed in cricket. When the bowler throws the ball, when the ball leaves the bowler's hand in cricket, the other person, the other runner can actually start moving towards the runner where the batsman is standing. So here I think it's similar, except that there are three other bases, and guy can come over there right prior to.
if the batter fails to bunt the ball fair, the runner is out every single time. However, if the batter fails to bunt
Oh yeah, that is also kind of cool. If he misses it, then it's gonna be trouble, isn't it?
the runner is out every single time. If the batter forgets the play is happening and swings, the runner stealing home will be a few feet away from him and can get nailed by a ball, or worse yet, get hit with the swing itself. When a runner is stealing home,
what the fuck, has that happened before? Did somebody get hit
by a ball, or worse yet, get hit with the swing itself? When a runner,
that's so fucking dangerous. Why would you want to go in front of a guy with a baseball bat? Oh god, suicide squeeze. Yeah, that's literally suicide.
Is stealing home, a pitcher has two options. They can either step off the mound and throw home, or just pitch the ball normally. If he does pitch the ball normally, it is a pitch and the batter can swing. If he
normally it's a pitch and batter can swing, okay,
doesn't swing, the runner is usually screwed. So if the
it doesn't swing, the runner is screwed. Yeah, okay, he'll be out.
Steps in front of home, it's legal for the batter to swing and nail the catcher.
What did I just watch?
In front of home, it's legal for the batter to swing. Catcher steps in front of home, it's legal for the batter to swing and nail the catcher in the back.
What? How is this even legal? Did he just hit the guy in the head with a baseball bat? How is he not dead? What? And what the hell is wrong with the keeper? Why would you go right in front of the guy with a baseball bat? What? Oh god.
Just this kid does, throwing off the catcher and allowing the run to score. But even though this is legal, it's actually pointless and dumb because according to the rules,
I'm laughing. Did he just hit the butt with a fucking baseball bat? What?
this is legal. It's
This
actually
is not a fucking
pointless
zoo.
and dumb
This is
because
not.
according to the rules,
This is in the rules? Oh god. Oh god, what am I watching?
As soon as this catcher steps in front of the batter during a pitch, it is a balk, and the runner stealing home automatically scores anyway. The smarter play in the situation is actually
okay. That sounds cool.
just as probably stars
what?
anyway. The smarter play in the situation is actually just as dangerous and will probably start a fight, but that didn't stop Chase Anderson from pulling it off in 2016. He was facing the Reds when the runner on third decided he was going to steal home. Anderson saw Holt running out of the corner of his eye and was worried he was going to be safe, so intentionally at the last second threw the ball directly at the batter. Since the batter was hit with the ball was dead. Holt didn't get the score and was sent back to third base. This was an extremely heads-up play, but it
Oh god.
pissed off the Reds. Anderson had hit 3 batters this game, and the next time he came to the plate, he was also nailed by a pitch. A lot of times, a suicide squeeze ends with
Oh god.
he came to the plate, he was also nailed by a
Oh god. What?
A lot of times a suicide squeeze ends with somebody getting hurt. It's a lot safer to try to hit and run. And nobody has pulled off a more genius hit and run than Pablo Sandoval when he did this.
Pitches inside. I don't know what Pablo was doing swinging at that when the ball was already by it. That was a bizarre, weird.
A hit and run usually happens when a runner steals second while the batter simultaneously tries to hit a ball, usually on the ground. Since the runner is stealing, worst case scenario, this batter gets out at first, but the runner still gets to advance to second. However,
Sorry, I'm still hungover from the last one. That was too much for me to take. Dude, people can get seriously hurt. Can they not kill somebody? I know one guy in cricket who I really like. He actually died because the cricket ball actually got into his helmet and hit his head. Instantly, he died in the field. And if this is legal to throw this, I don't know, man. Why is this called a sport? Okay, is this still legal? Somebody let me know in the comment section below. I'm thinking it's legal, right? And you call that smartest. I don't know where this is coming from. I'm sorry. Again, listen to this one.
Was doing swinging at that when the ball was already by it. That was a bizarre, weird.
a hit and run usually happens when a runner steals second while the batter simultaneously tries to hit a ball, usually on the ground. Since the runner is stealing, worst case scenario, this batter gets out at first, but the runner still gets to advance to second. However, the batter has to swing and try to make contact no matter how bad the pitch is, or the runner stealing will most get thrown out. Pablo Sandoval was tasked at doing this. However, the ball came directly at him. He tried to avoid getting hit and forgot to swing. At this point, Sandoval knew he messed up. Brandon Belt is a very slow runner, and this catcher is about to nail him at second base for an out. So Sandoval decides to swing at a pitch already in the catcher's glove. This looked very dumb, but it throws off the catcher so bad, forces a terrible throw. Now Brandon Belt, who would have been out at second, gets to go to third. 2 batters later, he scores, all because Sandoval did this. As you can see, sometimes the dumbest looking plays are actually the smartest plays. This guy, who
I don't entirely get it. If I rewatch it, it will be boring for you guys. I'm gonna
everybody by falling on his face on purpose. The University of Kentucky is known for aggressive base running and trickery. They came up with this trick when there's runners on the corner. If the pitcher is a lefty, his back is turned to the runner on third, meaning if he steals home, the pitcher can't see him.
Oh, nice. I understood that one.
Additionally, if a runner
Okay, that's
steals
similar
home
to
on
the
a
first
pitcher
one,
with
right?
his back turned, the entire team screams to alert the pitcher. The pitcher steps off, throws home, and gets him out by a mile. But Kentucky hacked the system. They had a guy on third steal home, but also had the guy on first simultaneously steal second. So when the entire team screamed to alert the pitcher, he just assumed they were talking about the runner on first, who he was staring at. The runner purposely fell on his face, and by the time the pitcher turned around to check the runner on third, he had already scored. He was so discombobulated by the time he realized what was happening, the runner, who fell on his face on purpose, had time to get up and steal second anyway.
Oh,
Kentucky had
God.
a ton of options here because with
Wow.
runners on first and third, there are
But I don't understand why this would happen twice. Because once this happened, everyone would know that this is gonna happen, right? So they would be aware, they would be paying attention. So it's not a system. You cannot build a system on that. So I'm assuming this happened once, right? Can you do that multiple times? Because once that play is out there, then everyone knows a situation this can occur, so they'll be prepared, right?
There are a
Or-
ton of potential trick plays. You can
Yeah, I
double
think
steal, wait for the third
there's a lot of potential over there. There's a lot of thinking room here. Of
then go
mind
home,
games
fake
possible.
steal, bait the catcher to throw, then steal home, suicide squeeze,
I never thought baseball is this intense, man.
safeties.
There's so
or you
much
can
to baseball because most of the what I saw in this video today, it had nothing to do with all the video that I watched so far. I had no insight into this. So there is way more for me to learn about baseball.
even pretend to be a skunk in the
This is
outfield
insane.
and literally
What the
take a
fuck is going
50-foot
on?
lead
Whatever you say, smart as it's insane to me.
into right field. Yes, this
It's
genius
nuts.
high school baseball team found out that this was legal in baseball and absolutely mind this team by doing it. According to the rules, a runner has to stay within 3 feet of the base path. However, a base path is only established once a tag is attempted. Since nobody has attempted
Base
it, is only
path.
a runner has to stay within 3 feet of the base path. However, a base path is
What is a
only
base path?
established once a tag is attempted.
Okay, that is a
Since
base path.
nobody has attempted to tag this runner yet, he doesn't have a base path yet. He can stand
Oh.
as far out into the outfield as he wants. So this team told this runner to go out as far as possible into the outfield. There was a runner on third and first, so they knew if the pitcher tried to pick this runner off in right field, the runner on third would score easily. The pitcher doesn't know what to do. He just walks towards the runner but doesn't throw it because he knows the runner on third would score. He throws the ball to second, but the runner just runs back into the outfield. He doesn't want to chase him into the outfield because he knows the runner on third will score, but eventually he throws it to a fielder close to the runner. The runner on third goes home. He is safe. The runner in the outfield then goes to second, and he is safe too. And since
Oh god. Again.
these tag attempts happen while the runner is already in the outfield, he is never technically out of the base path. Happen while the runner is already in the and he is safe too. And since these tag attempts happen while the runner is already in the outfield, he is never technically out of the base path, which is a straight line from where the runner is standing and the base they are attempting to go to. Therefore, everyone is safe, the run scores, and everybody is extremely confused because for over 100 years, nobody knew you could do this. Just for over 100 years, when there was a force play at second, players would always do this. But now the entire league is using this new base running hack, and it all started with this one genius play. Plays at second base typically look
This is chess, man. This is so intense.
this. If a run scores on a play like this, it doesn't count because this is a force play for 3 outs. Nolan Gorman thought this was dumb. With the bases loaded and 2 outs, Paul Goldschmidt hit a routine grounder. Thinking it was a routine play,
What
the
grounder?
shortstop flips it to second. To his surprise, Nolan Gorman didn't slide. He just sprinted right past the base. He quickly got tagged out, but it didn't matter because the run already scored. Since it wasn't a force, the run counts. Now everyone in the league is doing it. The Yankees did it with the bases loaded. It forced an error. Everyone was safe and allowed Aaron Judge
Oh,
to hit a
wow.
grand slam. They did it again the next day. The runner not sliding threw off the fielder. He made a bad throw and 2 runs ended up scoring. Not sliding increases the chances the runner is going to be safe because it's faster. It also guarantees he's going to be out because he runs past the bag. But if there's a runner on third, it's worth it because it means they're gonna score. Fielders are also not used to runners not sliding, so it often causes them to mess up. But some believe this is dangerous for fielders and that MLB should outlaw it. And MLB has done this in the past. This guy outsmarted everybody, saved his career by this trick, only to have his career derailed when MLB banned it a few years later. But before we get to that, a quick word from today's sponsor. This video is to the batter. This is Carter Capps, who thought to himself one day, if I could just stand closer to the batter, it would be harder for them to hit me. Pitchers have been doing that for years. Nolan Ryan claims that he would pitch 6 inches in front of the rubber.
That's not possible in cricket. In cricket, there's a specific line called crease. If you go over that, if you goes over that, it's considered as a no ball. So that ball wouldn't be counted, and the batsman there's a penalty for that too.
When he needed a big strikeout, Whitey Ford admitted to doing the same thing. This is blatantly illegal, but pitchers do it more than you think. The Dodgers complained that Ted Lilly was doing it in 2010, and he was inching up multiple inches in front of the rubber to get an advantage on hitters. The Dodgers noticed and even
wouldn't that the referee or the umpire they call it? Or wouldn't that be caught in the cameras? Oh, I don't know how this
told the
system works.
umpire who
Yeah,
watched
umpire. Yes.
to get an advantage on hitters. The Dodgers noticed and even told
so
the
the umpire has to notice, otherwise. Okay, got it.
umpire who watched him do it but didn't call him for it, because from the umpire's angle, it's pretty much impossible to confirm if a pitcher is actually a few feet of the rubber or not.
Wow.
Carter Capps took this trick to another level. He debuted with a normal delivery, had an ERA over 5, got traded, and ended up in the minors. He was terrible. That's when he decided to start doing this. Capps was already 6'5" with an average fastball of 98 miles per hour. By leaping towards the batter, he added over 8 feet of extension, meaning instead of throwing from 62 feet, everybody else, he was actually throwing from 54 feet. His 98 mile per hour fastball got to the plate as fast as a 101 mile per hour fastball, meaning his new delivery instantly added 3 miles per hour to his fastball. When he debuted in the minors, the umpires called it illegal, forcing him to leave the game. But what makes this trick so genius is that even though it is illegal, every single pitcher does it. According to the rules, a pitcher's back foot must be in contact with the rubber when they pitch. However, that's not really possible. If you watch a pitcher in slow motion, nobody has their back foot in contact with the rubber when they release the ball. So yes, Capps was cheating, but every other pitcher in baseball was also technically cheating. He was just doing it a little more. So MLB came out clarifying that Capps' delivery was actually legal. He got to the majors that year and dominated, was 3rd in ERA amongst relievers, 4th in FIP, 1st in WHIP, and had the highest strikeout percentage in baseball, striking out 50% of the batters he faced. However, Capps eventually got hurt and tried to come back with a new motion. When MLB said that this was illegal, effectively banning his delivery, it basically ended his career. But not before Capps went from not being in the league to the best in the league, making $3 million in salary he never would have earned. Carter Capps' jump was so genius, it made him millions of dollars. Yet he still cannot claim to have the smartest play in baseball. Not even this guy can claim that, and he somehow figured out a way.
He was greedy, man. He was greedy. He should have stopped there, man. He should have trained on that one. He was really tall.
To get 4 outs in 1 inning. Yes, Freddie Freeman might be the first person ever to record
4 outs in 1 inning.
But why would anyone want to do that? Everyone knows when you get 3 outs in baseball, the inning is over. This close play at first was the 3rd out on the Mets, so the inning is over. But instead, Freddie Freeman acts there's only 2 outs and throws the ball to 3rd. They tag this guy who thought the inning was over for the 4th out. The runner looked confused and probably thought Freeman just got mixed up, forgot how many outs there were, and threw the ball to 3rd for no reason. Nope, this actually might have saved the Braves multiple runs. Even though this runner was called out, Freddie knew it was close. He knew the Mets might challenge and decided to throw it to 3rd to get a 4th out. The Mets wanted to challenge. If they did challenge, they would have been right. The player was safe, meaning the 3rd out is no longer an out. But since Freddie threw it to 3rd and got a 4th out, that 4th out becomes the 3rd out, and the inning is over regardless of the challenge. So instead of having runners on the corner with an opportunity to score, the inning was over, making this runner look very dumb. Just as dumb as Kyle Tucker looked when he randomly stole home, got caught, and ended the inning. Except this time, it was actually genius. Because the play before, Carlos Correa hit this fly ball. Yuli Gurriel was actually genius, because the play before, Carlos Correa hit this fly ball. Yuli Gurriel tagged up and scored. However, the Diamondbacks believed Yuli left the bag early. The Astros also knew that he had left the bag early and knew if the Diamondbacks appealed, Yuli would be out. To appeal this, the defense has to step off the mound before the next play occurs, throw it to the base the runner left early on, and see if the umpire reverses the call. But while the Diamondbacks were trying to do this, Kyle Tucker just randomly started running home. The Diamondbacks had no choice but to tag him out. They did it, but by doing this becomes a new play, making the last play unappealable. Now, they can't appeal that Yuli Gurriel left early, and this run now counts, all because the base runner used his head, which is sometimes the best option. Just ask Cole Calhoun, who literally used his head to get out of a pickle, knowing he was going to be out. He headbutted a ball, hoping the ump wouldn't notice. They did. Calhoun was out because, according to the rules, a runner cannot intentionally interfere with a thrown ball. But Charlie Blackmon,
He intercepted that with the head. Why would you do that? God. Why? With your head. Why?
interfere with a thrown ball. But Charlie Blackmon found a way around this. He was in a pickle. Knew the only way he would be safe was if he got hit with a throw. Purposely made a huge throwing lane for the fielder, then quickly closed the gap and got hit in the back on purpose. But since he never sees the ball and never goes out of the base path, the umps couldn't determine he did it on purpose, so he was safe. It's called a pickle for a reason. There's no good way to get out of it. Sometimes the smartest thing to do,
trying to get hit with the ball.
For a reason. There's no good way to get out of it. Sometimes the smartest thing to do is just
Are they playing rugby? How is this guy not arrested?
destroy the closest fielder you see. That's what Jason Varitek did, and it ended up saving the Red Sox their season. They were facing elimination in the ALDS. In a tie game, Varitek got into a pickle. The A's did not execute it well. At this point, he could have just gone back to third and be safe. Instead, he does something 100 times smarter and runs directly into the fielder's chest. According to the rules, if a fielder doesn't have a ball and isn't in the act of fielding, they can't get in the way of a runner trying to get to a base. So purposely making contact initiated an obstruction call, and instead of being safe at third, Varitek got to go home and score. This run ended up forcing extra innings. The Red Sox ended up winning the game. They then ended up winning the next 2 games and won the
This should be illegal, right? What?
series.
How is
Meaning,
it
if he
illegal?
didn't make this one split-second decision, the Red Sox
That's
would have
like
been
football.
eliminated.
I mean, football as
Making a
in
smart
rugby.
play is one thing. Making a smart play that actually saves your season is even better. And that's why this is the smartest play of all time. The intentional walk is a play with disaster waiting to happen. If you want to walk a player on purpose, MLB used to make you throw 4 straight balls. Sometimes pitchers messed this up, made terrible throws, and allowed runs to score. In 2006, up by 1, the Orioles wanted to avoid pitching to the Marlins' best hitter. They intentionally walked Miguel Cabrera. He had the genius idea to swing anyway, surprised everyone, and hit this 50-mile-per-hour pitch for the game-tying RBI. Usually, when there is an intentional walk, hitters just stand there because they know they're getting walked. There's no
Oh, yeah.
reason to even be ready for a strike because they're all going to be unhittable pitches. The Athletics
That's kind of sad.
knew this in the 1972 World Series. They were facing Johnny Bench, one of the best hitters in baseball. The catcher signaled they were going to walk him on purpose, but at the last second, he jumped back into his stance. Raleigh Fingers threw a strike, surprised the Reds, surprised the stadium, surprised Johnny Bench, and struck him out to end the inning. A play so genius, it will go down as the smartest play of all time.
The next video that is coming into my recommendation is the play that ruined baseball. I want to watch more of it. Dude, I was so invested in the fucking movie. God, I never thought I would be so much invested in a baseball video this way. And the this channel, Baseball Doesn't Exist, it's pretty cool. It's really cool. I'm assuming most of the people who are watching this video must have already seen this channel. If not, please go check them out. Wonderful video. Even for a dumbhead me with such complex rules, a lot of things made sense. So they did a very good, and they put a lot of work into their animation and cuts, and the voice was also really soothing to hear. It was really nice, man. And baseball is so fucking complex. What caught me off guard the most is that how many different plays and how many different brain games are going on in this single pitch. I used to think that there's a lot of different plays in cricket, a lot of complex and difficult, dangerous plays, but this makes it look like nothing actually. A guy defended a ball with his helmet on purpose. The first one is insane. That's literally suicide. You're getting in front of the batter and getting ready to be hit on the head with a baseball bat. One guy got hit in his bums with a baseball bat. And if I was a batter, I would probably do the same thing. But hey, oh, wow. I couldn't understand all of it. I did lose on one of them. One, I'm not sure if I got it. Which one was that? I think I lost one of them. One, I did partially understand it. So I don't entirely get it. I mean, that's expected, I'm guessing. Because it was so complex. I think I need more exposure to baseball to actually understand the whole video. So yeah, I think it's meant for professionals. Not new to me, but I'm going to try and understand it. I'll give it my best shot. I'll look more into it to see, if I can figure out most of. I'll rewatch it and see if I can figure out this again. Interesting. I don't know, man. A lot of things that I saw there. The last one, tackling the ballers as long as, you don't have the ball inside. So that's legal. Hitting someone in the back with a baseball bat, that's legal. Getting in front of the pitch and throwing the ball, that's legal. That doesn't make sense to me though. In cricket, I'm pretty sure something this happens, it's gonna be illegal. But for some reason, these things being legal in baseball is making the sport way more interesting. It's dangerous and it feels it isn't right, but that makes it more interesting. It makes it more wild, So I don't know if it's the right thing to say, but hey, I'm loving that. It's really cool. And the first one really scared me, man. Why are not people getting seriously hurt because of that? People can die, right? Just somebody got hit in the head a couple of times. Two people got hit in the head with that suicide squeeze one. In the back of the head. The back of the head is the most fragile part of your head. You get hit in the back of the head, you can die instantly. And it doesn't even need to be a hard hit. I don't know what. It was cool to watch, but what? I don't know, man. Baseball is scary. I don't want to play baseball. These people are scary. Really. God, man. And actually getting in front of a ball when it's thrown at full speed, 100 miles per hour and all, just to obstruct it so that, you can be safe. I don't know, man. What do you put first, health or baseball? Yeah, I'm pretty sure some of you might be thinking baseball, but no, your health is primary, okay? Jesus Christ, this is insane. This video actually makes me think of baseball in a very different way. All the other videos I watched, yeah, a lot of things were insane. The pitches were insane, but what? This is a mind game. I was comparing baseball to chess at some point of this video. There was so much mind games were going on inside this. Did not know a lot of mental calculations were required while in play. I thought most of it was a no-brainer, but nope, not at all. Ah, man. I need time to process that. I'm gonna rewatch this video one more time to see if I can get a little more information, if I pay a little more attention. I'm gonna try that out. You guys stay safe, play more baseball. I don't know. And if it is night for you, then good night. If you do leave these kind of reactions, hit the thumbs up button and let YouTube know what you're watching. That way I'll react to more of baseball content. And even if you don't, I'm so much invested in this sport now, I'll probably react to that. Anyway, but if you do this kind of reactions, hit the thumbs up button. It'll help me grow, which I think is a good thing for me and for you guys also, probably, because I'll be putting out more reactions. Win-win. And I'll see you guys next video. Good night, goodbye. Thank you for watching.